Hey kids, it's Arp. This is the ArpCast, somewhat live from the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains in eastern Tennessee. Today we talk about different things, weird people, and maybe unicorns and rainbows. We read poetry and short stories too. Most of all, we keep it real. This is the ArpCast, starting now.
ArpCast number 62. It's the Big Friday Night program. March 9, 2018. Coming at you here from East Tennessee. If you like what you hear, be contagious. Spread the word. Speak the gospel of the ArpCast. You know you like it. I know you like it. Thank you so much for your listenership. So, as I was sitting in a meeting today, it hit me. You know, it's one of those flashbulb moments. You know, in the good old days of flash photography, they used to have a little flash bulb that sat on top of the camera, and you know, when you'd hit the button, it would flash. In my mind, somewhere, a deep fissure formed, and from it mental lava bubbled up. I have been undergoing a revival. That's right, a revival. You know, come under the tent, change, bringing it all back. Reforming, reestablishing all that is just and good in myself. Spiritual, yes. Philosophical, yes. Physical, with some retrograde action, yes. Professional, most definitely. It seems like everything around me is going through some kind of revival. All the time. People, perhaps places, where we've taken something old, a concept, and revived it and created something new. You see this in regentrification in downtown neighborhoods all the time. The trees, the flowers in springtime, revival. Been dormant this whole long winter, which just seemed to continue today here in East Tennessee, Knox Vegas. Going through a revival. Similarly, it seems like many parts of my life stay the same. They lack this essence of revival. They think the same, they look the same. And perhaps that's not so bad, right? Perhaps that in itself is a revival of sorts, you know, just the fact that we are interested in things that are just the way they were meant to be, even in the short span of 100 years or 200 years or even 500 years. The feeling of a book in your hands. I'm talking about that today. My lovely daughter, she likes to have that tactile sense as she reads. Dad, I just can't imagine reading from a device. So, all hail Mr. Gutenberg, I guess. The sounds emanating from a phonograph, from an LP. My brother, and so many other people, you know, they collect LPs, and there's that crackle and that imperfect sound. And we just want everything to be perfect. Another little sidebar that came up today. I'm not perfect. Even in a state of revival. Not anywhere near perfect. Don't want to be perfect. Sitting and thinking, contemplating, absolute silence. That whole concept needs a revival. That's what the program is about today. As I stand here at my altar and perhaps preaching a little bit, that's what needs a revival. We need to stop and think. It needs a tent. It needs shelter. It needs incubation. It needs time. It needs coverage from the barrage of constant activity, of persistent splashing about, causing waves, blue ocean or red, it doesn't matter. We need a steady state for just a little while. I know everybody wants it now, gotta have it big, gotta have it flavorful, gotta have it cheap. We want it flavorful, but we want it cheap. A pen, some paper, in the stillness of the morning, and the steady breath of introspection. These are the things I think we need, just a little bit of. And if you've had none of it, then just having a little bit of it, I think will make all the difference in the way we go about our lives. And we'll always ask, what is the gain, right? Because we're always looking for the gain. If I don't feel like I gained something, then it's all been a failure. Which, by the way, I don't necessarily believe, but that's a different program. So what is the gain? What is the outcome? Why would we go through this process of thinking about something? Better relationships. More harmony with nature, with this causation that's going on. Better strategy in the workplace, in your family, in your community. Better culture. A lot of talk about culture these days. Better thoughts. Cleaner thoughts. And then what ultimately do we all seek? Happiness and peace and fulfillment. All of the above? Perhaps. Although that seems a little daunting to be able to get it all from just sitting there and thinking about something. But is that not the first creation? Is to sit and contemplate about what something might be, could be, and even should be in our lives. So, as you venture off this weekend, or if you don't, to whatever your house of worship is, or house of food, house of comedy, house of movies, think about this concept of revival and bringing back the essence of thinking and contemplation and imagination about what things could be. So take a deep breath for a moment and think. Just think. We'll see you on Monday.
Well, kids, you know who this is. It's ARP, damn it. You have been listening to the ArpCast, a sensational, fact-filled experience meant to change the world. I'm happy you stopped by. Our sponsors, those greedy, wily bastards, thank you too. Make sure to write, this has been the ArpCast. I'm out.